Okay, I realized I do have scissors in here, but they're crappy kids scissors, so hopefully they work. If not, I'll have to go get actual adult scissors. So I'm just gonna cut off all these little buds. Then I might use the little stems for another project, because I don't like wasting anything. If you noticed with my, while I was making the collar, or no, the tail charm, I was saving all the little jumps and everything. I like trying to find a purpose for everything, even if I don't use all of the pieces of a supply in one project. I save them all for another project. Even like little scrap pieces of paper, I'll often use like any scrap pieces of paper that come from when I'm making a shaped project, and use all of those for like testing new markers to like see what the color is, or colored pencils or crayons. I don't use crayons much anymore actually, but you know, paints, you get the idea. Then I like using scrap bits of felt to see how well certain materials will work when coloring on felt. So I currently have a big yarn tail that I'm working on, and it's a good yarn tail. But before I started working on that yarn tail, I had a smaller yarn tail that I made out of a bunch of scrap yarn I found in the bottom of one of my drawers, and it looked horrible, but it did give me, and because it was literally just using a bunch of scrap yarn from an old project that I never actually finished, back when I was trying to learn how to knit, and then I got bored. So I used that and made my technical first yarn tail, and it looks like shit. I'll probably show it eventually, but it did give me good practice, so at least some good came out of all that weird-ass scrap yarn that I dragged across the fucking country with me. I don't know why I decided to save that specific bundle of yarn. I had so much better yarn I could have saved. These flowers do not have as loose of stems as the other ones did. That might be a bit of a problem, but I'll work it out. You're gonna be eaten by a coyote. Run, little one, though the pack may follow. Two quite thin, their brothers fatter. You can still win, just gotta be faster. I sing random snippets of songs, whatever songs are stuck in my head, if you hadn't noticed. Probably have noticed if you've watched like a lot of my other videos, you've probably noticed that I just kind of sing whatever is going through my head at any given moment, especially if it feels appropriate to the video. And Milk Carton feels appropriate to anything Therian related. I had like very barely heard that song before I got into the Therian community. But I've heard that song so many times since I started watching Therian TikToks. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Mr. Cobbs. That's an inanimate insanity ref. I know at least one of my viewers will get it. Hello, unnamed IRL friend. So, alright, just about, I'm gonna call it quits for now in a few more flowers, because I have a pretty good pile going in front of me here, and it should be more than I'll even need for the ears. I don't intend to do the mask right now, just because I don't feel like taking it off. Alrighty, gonna call this the last flower for now. Set these aside. Then I've been laying my hot glue gun. Warm up for this. So these ears, I actually colored them myself. They were white before they got to me, and colored them with some nice jewel tone colors. Oh my god, why does my eyebrow keep on itching? I think it's the other eyebrow today. My eyebrow was itching yesterday too. I think I edited that part of the video out. Just gonna turn my flashlight on my iPad so that I can better see what I'm doing. I don't remember how to do that because I have an older, because my iPad is a lot older than my phone. How do I turn the flashlight on? You do have a flashlight, right, iPad? I think not sure my iPad has a flashlight. Though there should be a flash for the camera, right? I love not being techie in the slightest. Okay, yeah, I don't think my iPad actually has a flashlight. Never mind. We're just gonna hope this works. Glue gun. Hopefully I don't burn my finger again. Burnt my finger a couple times with the glue gun. What the hell is on my hot glue sticks? Whatever. So I think I'm gonna start with one of these like smaller purple roses. Let me see if I can get you guys to view what I'm doing. Yeah, that's better. So I'm gonna start with these little purple roses, and I think I'm gonna tuck it into the like fold of the ear, maybe. Also, my hot glue gun is just a little bit broken, so I kind of have to squirt out the glue a bit of an awkward way. First flower added. I'm gonna pop a black flower over here next to the bow, I guess. Yeah. Because I like the bow, I guess, but it's a little more cutesy than my vibe usually is. Like, they're black bows, which has made it so that it's the only reason that I haven't just straight up cut it off. But it's like a little more cutesy than I'd usually go for. Admittedly, I'm not sure putting pretty flowers all over the ears is gonna have a particularly different look, but it'll at least be like a little more cottagecore cutesy than like grabbed at Claire's cutesy. Although honestly, Claire's is a pretty good store. Like, I'm just gonna say that. I like Claire's. I highly doubt I'd appreciate a lot of their political views. I feel like I never liked the political views of any large corporation. But I like their stuff. They have some good stuff. The other day, my friend jokingly dragged me into Claire's when we were at the mall. And because he thought it would be funny if like a pair of Seamos went into Claire's. And I immediately found this like really pretty black bow with like silver gems on it. And I don't have enough hair for it. But if I did, I absolutely would have walked out of that Claire's with several hair bows, actually. They had a lot of really cute hair bows that, like, don't get me wrong, I love the length of my hair. It gives me a lot of gender euphoria. But occasionally hair accessories make me really miss having long hair. And, like, the Claire's hair accessories are, like, do that to me. So, where did that glue go? No, I put glue in the fur, then I lost it. Okay. Here's what it looks like so far. Probably gonna do another black flower right over here since there aren't any flowers there yet. Then I'm probably gonna switch to the other ear. Gonna pick a large black flower, I think. Yeah, that's a good size. don't mind how, like, terrible my hot glue gun is. I don't know if I already mentioned that or not yet, but I have, like, the world's shittiest hot glue gun. The trigger thing doesn't work. I have to push it from the back. And, this thing, I don't know if you saw me, like, fixing it a minute ago. It doesn't stay put correctly, so I have to, like, readjust it constantly. Alrighty, next ear. I think this time I'm going to tuck a black flower into the fluff, because then it peers up over the colored part and stands out more. Or not the fluff, the fold. The whole ear is fluff. Alrighty. This really was supposed to be a live stream, but YouTube is being a bitch. It says, I open the live stream thing, and it says you need to have at least 50 subscribers before you can live stream. Make more shorts to earn more subscribers. I'm like, no, that doesn't work. I already have 51 subscribers. What do you mean I need 50 subscribers? I hit that this morning. We love YouTube. And also, apparently, even once it does agree that I have 50 subscribers, I was, like, reading through all the help stuff. And apparently, even once it does admit that I have 50 subscribers, I have to, like, turn on live streams, and that process may take up to 24 hours. And I'm like, bitch, why can't you just let me live stream? I don't want to keep on having to, like, record videos and then edit them and then upload them to YouTube, because by the time I do all that, it's like past 10 p.m. and all I want to do is fuck around on, like, my mobile games. I don't want to have to, like, make a separate step for recording, editing, and uploading. I want to have, like, a valid excuse to not edit it, and to get to completely skip the step where between recording and uploading. Why is YouTube being such a bitch about that simple desire? Doesn't seem super complicated to me, but whatever. Probably gonna wind up just uploading this unedited, unless, like, my phone starts giving me weird storage notifications again, like it did yesterday, because I don't have the mental capacity for editing tonight. It's Monday's tomorrow, and I don't like Mondays. So I like to try and start winding down early on Sunday, so that I have, like, more time to mentally prepare myself for Monday. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I like to completely disappear from real life earlier on Sunday than I do most days. Alright. I'm gonna put one more black flower on this one. Earlier I told my mom that I was getting the flowers to glue them to my ears. She looked at me with great concern until I was like the cat ears, not my human ears. The ears that reflect my real self, not the ears that reflect my physical body. And then she was like, oh. And she's kind of, she, like, accepts me, but she clearly doesn't really get it. And so it's kind of awkward whenever the conversation comes up. So I kind of avoid talking about therianthropy with her. I think I'm going to put another purple one on this ear. Although, no, because there aren't... Well, I mean, like, if I put one right about here, maybe a black one would suit this better. Okay, yeah, I like that. So, like, she accepts me, but it just feels kind of weird talking to her about it, so we kind of just drop the topic like it's hot. I told her I was getting it for my ears. She said okay, and we did not acknowledge it again. Alrighty. Ooh. The ears are a fair bit heavier now. Hopefully they still stay upright properly. Ta-da! Now they're flowery. I also have a bunch of weird hot glue strands. Hopefully that doesn't piss me off all day tomorrow at school. Think anybody will comment on it? I think my boyfriend at least probably will. My mask is itchy again and I don't know why. Whatever. Alrighty. So that was the ears editing. I don't think there's anything else creative that I'm going to do tonight. So I'll go ahead and do the quadrobics next. Bye.